This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, the first of several trial closures of Dunedin's Octagon began yesterday, and not everyone is happy. Dunedin's and quite possibly the country's oldest florist has shut its doors after 137 years, but not for good. And a Dunedin mural painter has nearly finished one of the more challenging works of his career. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Simon Anderson. Yesterday was a tough first day for some retailers in Dunedin's Octagon as the council began trials of closing the area to motor vehicles. Over the rest of the summer, the CBD streets will hopefully be filled with large crowds as a series of events hit the city, starting with the Masters Games.
Putting barriers in place in Dunedin's Octagon. Yesterday saw the start of the $150,000 trial to transform the CBD into a more pedestrian-friendly space for the next 2 months. Some visitors to the city can see the closure of roads bringing nothing but benefits for Dunedin.
I think it makes the city centre a little bit safer, especially for children.
Well, I would think it would create a lot of pedestrian traffic, which the retailers should benefit from that, maybe even so more than cars passing through.
I Love Merino's Colin Lim has already been a vocal opponent of the trial, saying his shop is suffering from the closure.
I felt physically sick because there's just nobody in the street, in the Octagon at all. I didn't see anybody come into the shop until about 12 o'clock.
Council Planning and Environment Committee Chairman Councillor David Benson Pope emphasises the temporary closure is just a trial and getting a lot of support.
Most people are really supportive of what we're doing and also really supportive of the fact that we're trialling things to see what works and what doesn't and what's popular and what's not.
Lim believes the Octagon will eventually be closed to traffic, irrespective of people's wishes.
I'm pretty sure they want to have this permanent, so they're just going to put a positive spin on it and say, yeah, look, it was a big success, and it's going to be, this is the way it's going to be. That's my big fear.
Benson Pope agrees it's likely the outcome will see some changes being made to the Octagon, just as 30 years ago.
In 1989, when we last redeveloped the Octagon, and we're standing in the middle of an area that was significantly changed, the roof, the covers behind me are all new. The configuration of the seating and the steps was all redone.
A series of surveys and data collection by the University of Otago Schools of Entrepreneurship and Sustainability will be used to monitor the trial's success. In Dunedin, The South Today.
A Singaporean man has pleaded guilty to charges in relation to a Frankton Road crash that killed a Queenstown resident earlier this month. Delbert Tin appeared before the Queenstown District Court yesterday and pled guilty to careless driving causing the death of 84-year-old musician and local identity Noelene Tate. The judge continued Tin's bail and remanded him for sentencing on the 10th of February. Tin, who is staying at a Queenstown hotel, is visiting New Zealand with his wife on a tourist visa. The maximum penalty for the charges is 3 months imprisonment or a $4,500 fine. A restorative justice meeting shall also be explored. Dunedin's and quite possibly the country's oldest florist has shut its doors after 137 years, but not for good. After 50 years in the Octagon, florist Miss Reed has left its old store and moved down the road to Princes Street.
For more than 130 years, Miss Reed's florist has been providing flowers to Dunedinites for everything from births and marriages to funerals. Now owner Jackie Marquette has decided to move the store from its long-time site in the Octagon and establish the business in Princes Street, with a wee bit of a difference.
Recently we moved from the Octagon down to Princes Street, which is originally where Miss Reed started in 1883, and we're moving our business from being a walk-in in the middle of town to being somewhere people will come and look at art and can buy stuff online or call us and we'll deliver flowers.
Marquette says one of the reasons for the move was the Octagon is now far more suited towards hospitality, making it harder for retailers to survive.
And it just, the Octagon became such a bar place. I don't think it's that great for retail anymore. It's, you know, it's great that the restaurants are combining and there's like a vibe going on there, which is, you know, getting food and stuff, but it's not somewhere people go and get bunches of flowers and then have to walk through town.
Another reason is the growing number of new businesses moving into Princess Street, making the area, which for many years now has been in the shadow of the Octagon, much more attractive.
There's a new butcher's, and it just feels like there's a few things happening. There's a brewery opening across the road soon, as well as a new cafe.
Marquette says while she is changing the direction of the business, there was still a responsibility to continue the name and its deep connection to Dunedin.
Like us doing their weddings 50 years ago, 60 years ago, their parents' weddings, their grandparents' weddings. It's really great feeling that community connection.
She also hasn't ruled out a return to a storefront sometime in the future. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A woman was due to appear in court today after an alleged stabbing in Dunedin last night. Police were called to an alleged stabbing incident at a Clyde Hill address just after 11 last night. Police say one person was taken to hospital. A 29-year-old woman has been charged with wounding with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. Police said the woman was to appear in the Dunedin District Court today. Mural painting on a flat wall isn't without challenges, but a Dunedin artist says painting on weatherboards requires another special set of skills. Guy Howard Smith says adding another dimension to his large mural at Logan Park High School was a challenge he was ready to meet.
Kereru ready to take flight. This Dunedin artist is just a few days away from completing his latest mural on the side of the Logan Park High School gymnasium. It includes giant red band gumboot wearing kereru and other native flora and fauna from the area.
It's been commissioned by Logan Park High School, so the co-principals just showed it to a few other staff members and had some suggestions, and then I tweaked it and we went from there.
The work has taken Guy Howard Smith about 3 weeks to paint, and he says Dunedin's not too hot summer has been helpful, admitting the sun isn't always a painter's friend.
At the time I've been doing it, it's been absolutely beautiful. The sun has been the only problem, but that's a good complaint to have in Dunedin. But it's, when the sun moves around onto the wall, it sort of dries as soon as it hits the wall. But yeah.
Howard Smith says he kind of fell into mural painting while at art school with fellow artist Aroha Novak, with the pair working on a number of public works across the city. However, he says there have been some definite challenges with this wall.
And it's been one of the biggest challenges because of weatherboards. Yeah, so every line is not a straight line, yeah. So it'll be up there, and yeah.
The large mural is on a wall facing the recently widened road to the mountain bike tracks behind the school, and he believes he'll have put the finishing strokes on the work at the end of the week. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today. Rumours of the coronavirus coming south are quashed, and we get amongst things at the Harden Sheep Sale. See you after the break.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life. Tuesdays, 7:30.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Larnach Castle is proud to showcase their new retail space. Simply purchase an annual garden pass for year-round access to the garden, cafe and gift shop, or apply for a host card giving you full access to the castle, ballroom, cafe, gift shop and garden when accompanied by a full paying guest. Check out the website for full terms and conditions.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
Risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
If you're suffering from sciatica, lower back pain, hips and pelvis and knees, this technique will work wonders for you. The energy flow is transmitting through the muscles. Come and see Sunny Chin.
No Maianor, welcome back. Reports of a suspected case of the new coronavirus in Queenstown earlier today were a false alarm. The virus, which has killed at least 80 in China, has now been confirmed in more than 10 countries, including Australia and the United States. The Ministry of Health had heard through the grapevine about the possibility of a case in Queenstown, but say it was a false alarm. The Chinese government has introduced a travel ban which will likely reduce numbers of tourists and overseas students to the region. Travellers who become sick within a month of their arrival are encouraged to seek medical advice and contact Healthline for free or see a doctor. More sheep than had been expected were up for sale at the first day of the annual Harden New Fair in Mid-Canterbury on Friday. The auction, which is set to repeat this Friday, didn't see an improvement in prices from last year, which some attribute to the dry conditions in the region.
Former Huranui Mayor Winton Daly back to his regular duties of assisting with a late breakfast for about 50 hungry stock agents, auctioneers and transport operators at last Friday's Harden New Fair. Current Huranui Mayor Marie Black says she's been attending the annual auction most of her life.
I live in this district, I've lived here all my life, so do remember coming here as a child, but you know, as with husband and I farming, that is something that we would come along even if we weren't in the market. You'd always come for a look because it's a good social day as much as anything.
More than 18,000 mixed-age ewes and 30 rams went under the hammer on a hot and dry day. There were far more ewes up for sale than had been expected, and with the dry summer conditions potentially creating some uncertainty in farmers' minds, prices were no better than last year.
It's an opportunity for sale and purchase, and you know, the sheep industry is still a critical part of our district, so you know, I hope that those that are purchasing get what they're looking for, but I hope those that are selling as well also achieve good prices, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword.
The sheep being sold last Friday were mostly older stock, and day 2 of the fair this coming Friday is set to feature 8,500 younger sheep.
Next week is focusing on two-tooth ewes, so big yarding, a lot of capital stock coming in this year.
In Harden, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, an international adventurer who visited Dunedin last year faces some issues, and we look at the weather for the middle of the working week. See you soon.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Step into Shop on Carroll and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Larnach Castle is proud to showcase their new retail space. Simply purchase an annual garden pass for year-round access to the garden, cafe and gift shop, or apply for a host card giving you full access to the castle, ballroom, cafe, gift shop and garden when accompanied by a full paying guest. Check out the website for full terms and conditions. When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Thanks for staying with us. Safety concerns in the notoriously dangerous Southern Ocean have prompted a Russian adventurer to postpone the second leg of his round-the-world rowing attempt. 68-year-old Fedor Konyukov started his journey from Dunedin last summer, reaching South America after 154 days at sea. It was the first of 3 legs in his 27,000-kilometre journey around the world. He was due to begin the second leg from South America to the Western Australia last month. However, after the difficult and dangerous sea encounters last summer, the second leg is now postponed while his team assesses the risks. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South today. The first of several trial closures of Dunedin's Octagon began yesterday, and not everyone is happy, while the council asks for patience. Dunedin's, and quite possibly the country's, oldest florist has shut its doors after 137 years, not for good as plans germinate. And a Dunedin mural painter has nearly finished one of more of his challenging works of his career, painting on weatherboards. And now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, we have Stu Olden with us this evening. Kia ora, Stu.
G'day, how are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Good. Let me congratulate you first on the Wild Ideas Germinate piece for the forest. It's marvellous. Again, tomorrow we're looking at coronavirus. It's been made a notifiable disease. Still no cases in New Zealand, but we're on high alert, of course. Otago schools are doing all they can to prepare for what could happen or may not happen as the new academic year comes in. And also in Queenstown there's been a false positive. So they assumed that somebody had it. They didn't, as it turned out. That's meant there's been a rush on face masks. Believe it or not, face masks, the ones that we might see tourists wearing around Dunedin right now, have been sold out in Queenstown, largely because the tourist operations themselves are buying them for their frontline staff. We're also looking at the revitalisation of Kiwi Rail's hillside workshops in South Dunedin. Contractors are starting knocking stuff over out there to make way for improved facilities. It'll allow Kiwi Rail to maintain more locomotives and wagons, which of course is always what they wanted to do out there, do some new kinds of work, but also to encourage other businesses in. Election day's been set. We'll tell you when it is and what to expect. We've also got the sad backstory of Vinnie Beecroft. That's the young man who drowned at Sinclair. His family and him, now particularly his mum, have been surrounded by tragedy for quite some time, so we're looking at that too. And on the front page, a woman who has run 34 runways around the world. That includes Heathrow. She's now at Dunedin International Airport out at world famous Momona for airport run number 35.
Very good, thanks very much, Stu. Now time for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Starting with the southern view, clouds moving at a glacial pace above a modified road crossing. Looking at the situation, a weak cold front brings southwesterly winds and a few showers today, but mostly fine weather lines up for the rest of the week as more high pressure weather systems move in. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport are looking a bit wet with 20 degrees and showers. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim, you can both expect cloudy days and 26 degrees. Moving down to Canterbury, Kaikoura aims for 25 degrees with cloudy skies. Christchurch has light cloud and 27. And Ashburton, you're also scheduled to have a few clouds and 27 degrees. To the southern towns, the Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore are all looking at decreasing southwesterlies, showers clearing and 17 degrees. Heading to central Otago, Wanaka, Alexandra and Queenstown are all set for moderate southwesterlies, a risk of showers and 21 degrees. Chano, you're set for decreasing southwesterlies, showers clearing and 16 degrees. To the northern towns. On the coast first, those in Timaru and Oamaru should plan for light winds and high cloud, 26 for Timaru and 23 for Oamaru, where showers might approach later. Inland, Twizel and Omarama are due for variable winds, mostly cloudy skies and 24 degrees. In Dunedin, a few showers tonight, looking at an overnight low of 15. Fine at first tomorrow, but colder southwesterlies freshening mid-afternoon and a period of rain, a high of 23 and a low of 12. Becoming fine and milder on Thursday with moderate northeasterlies, a high of 19 and a low of 15 degrees. And in Invercargill, some rain tonight with an overnight low of 14 degrees. Showers at first tomorrow with a period of fresh, gusty southwesterlies, eventually clearing and becoming fine during the afternoon. A high of 17 and a low of 11. Fine with sunny periods and some cloud on Thursday, milder with northwesterlies freshening. A high of 21 and a low of 15. That's the news this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Have a great evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.